I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your man TP. Today, we are busting through the door of number 150 on our compilation list. I know many of you that clicked on the thumbnail, you saw a sovereign citizen in the thumbnail, but we're actually going to be focusing on one judge in this particular compilation, and that judge is none other than Judge Marina E. Taylor out of the state of Michigan. We've had some classic sovereign citizen moments here on the channel coming out of her courtroom. I got 4 sovereign citizens today that we've covered in her courtroom. Some of the other ones I couldn't even find. I believe there was a couple more, but I could not find them. But I am going to feature these 4 on today. The commentary will be left in them from the previous times that they were shared. Also, chapters will be added just in case you want to jump around. Once again, this is Judge Marina E. Taylor out of the state of Michigan. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It continues to help the channel grow and for other people to see some of these videos. So know ahead of time, I appreciate that. And listen, guys, let's go ahead and jump into number 150.
Daniel James Williams.
Yeah, I'm here on special appearance.
Okay, do you know now special appearance means what? Because I need to have the actual person present.
You need to have the actual person present.
Yes.
Person.
So are you Daniel James Williams?
I'm not a person. If you asking if I'm a person, like a legal fiction, no.
Okay. So the only person that I can have on this hearing for this person is Daniel James D'Angelo Williams. Are you that person?
Am I that person? No.
Okay. So if you know them, tell them that they're going to get a show cause. No, I'm going to call it on the record, but I need the actual person because I can't communicate with just anybody. I have to communicate with this person. Did you talk to them, Attorney Werberlin?
Yeah,
Did you talk to it,
so for the record, Your Honor, or
okay, let me call it then. I'll call it.
Well, yeah.
You talk. Okay. Now calling the matter of the people versus Daniel James D'Angelo Williams. This is ticket number SP 1585809. Count 1, failed to display a valid operator's license. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, 26 to 30 miles over posted speed. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
And good morning, Your Honor. Ben Werbling, P64889 on behalf of Daniel James Williams. Judge, I did attempt to talk with the individual that's on screen. He indicated that he wanted to proceed in pro per or pro se, if you will. He declined my legal services at this time.
All right. All right, sir, can you state your name for the record?
For the record, the living man, Daniel Williams.
That's good enough for me. I'll take the living man. Okay. All right. This is the date and time set in this particular matter for a what's it called? Let me see where we at. Oh, it's a pretrial. In this particular matter, sir, what that means is that you're here today because it's been alleged that you have some tickets before my court. It's my understanding that Attorney Werberling tried to communicate with you and you did not want his services. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct. I do not want to contract with Mr. Waverly.
Okay. All right, sir. You know you have the absolute right to have an attorney. 2 of these tickets are misdemeanors, and that means that some constitutional rights kick into play because I can take away civil liberties such as up to 90 days in jail as well as up to a $500 fine. You understand that, sir?
That's fine.
Okay. And so at this point in time, how do you wish to proceed? The 3 options are typically you can ask for some more time so that you can come into compliance. That's called a new pretrial date. You can ask for a bench trial date. That's a trial date before myself as the trier and finder of facts. The officers who wrote this ticket will have to appear in court as well on that date. You can also ask for a jury trial. That's a trial before 6 citizens of the city of Detroit who would come down here and have to decide on this matter. Or I guess it's 4 options because you can also take a plea. I think count 3 is not in the system because they had to return the ticket. So it's really just 2 misdemeanors that should be appearing on the docket for today. Let me check and make sure. That's what my ticket
Okay, I hear
says.
what you're saying, but it's and all this sound like you're saying like go to court, and I'll go to court if appearing in person. That sounds fine.
No, we are in court right now. So my question is, how do you want to proceed? What do you want to do? What's the next step? Do you want to have a new date so you can try and come into compliance, meaning that you want to get some of these documents like your license, some car insurance? Do you want to take a plea today? There's usually an offer that's given to folks if they want to take advantage of that and take some type of resolution in this particular matter. Or you can ask for a bench trial before myself or a
I'm
jury
just trying to
trial.
figure. I'm trying to figure
Huh?
out what jurisdiction is this court being upheld in?
It's in Detroit, Michigan. That's located in the state of Michigan, the United States of America.
No. What I mean is this court in a common law jurisdiction or a criminal jurisdiction, admiralty law, but
Definitely criminal. So this is a criminal matter. It's criminal misdemeanors for traffic matters.
Okay.
So that's why I told you those constitutional rights, because criminal law kicks in.
Okay, and under the criminal law, the jurisdiction of common law, it has common law and it has criminal jurisdiction, admiralty of the military tribunal review from Article 1. So I'm trying to figure out, are we under common law or the criminal jurisdiction of admiralty and military tribunal review from Article 1?
Neither. We're under criminal law in the city of Detroit, state of Michigan. That is given us power by the state of Michigan through the U.S. Constitution, as it gives powers to each state to make laws and jurisdiction and rules. And each community within that state is allowed to do so as long as it's within its powers.
Exactly, and I'm a living person, not an entity on document. I'm not
an entity in document either. I'm a living person as well. And living people get in vehicles and they drive them and they get tickets. So that's what we're here for today. How would you like to move forward, Mr. Williams? I don't have that much additional time today for it. However, I'm giving you some options so that you can be able to choose which one you want to do today. And if you don't want to participate at all, what I'll do is I'll enter a show cause. A show cause means it's a hearing where you fail to participate in my court hearing. And then if you fail to participate in the next date, then I'll issue a warrant. It's a zero bond warrant, but it'll be a warrant out there until you want to at least choose one of these avenues. It's been allegations just at this point in time that you violated some of the laws that are followed by the citizens of the city of Detroit, county of Wayne, state of Michigan, as a part of the United States of America. It's been alleged at this point in time. So all I'm trying to do is figure out how you want to proceed today. You need some more time. You want to try and get in compliance and get that license together? I don't mind. I give time for that.
Well, I have the serial Q-sub number to my license and the serial Q-sub contract to my insurance as well, and it's both valid. However, they're both private. They're inside of a trust. I live privately, so I don't have to show the policy enforcers my private insurance nor my ID when they pull me over from traveling privately in my automobile.
Do you have a valid license?
I have identification to prove that I'm able to operate this automobile in my estate.
If you drove on Hubbo and Eaton, that's in the city of Detroit, and that is not private property. That is very much a public road. That is a public road that is paid for by the citizens. That is paid for by the citizens like myself who pay hefty taxes to everybody to be able to allow them to ride on those roads within the city and the state of Michigan. So if I run your license, is it going to come back valid? Because if it is, we can actually dismiss that ticket. And if you have car insurance and you show it to me today, I can actually dismiss that ticket as well. Do you got some car insurance?
Yes, ma'am. I have a ongoing serial number with.
Let me see. It has to be like usually they give you a little form. I know I have to print mine out for mine.
I have paid for mine with FRNs online, so I only have the online document, and I have it in my Apple ID, so I could take a picture on this.
Can you I'm gonna send you my email address. If you could send it to my email address, that take care of two of the tickets, actually. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna send you the email address.
I also have another question in settling the subject matter.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
After the case get dismissed, it's with prejudice or without?
Um, if you have the documents, I'm willing to do it with prejudice today. If you have these, you see what I just sent
Can
you?
you do it without
Send me
prejudice?
the insurance. We do it without prejudice, but they're not gonna refile it. You better
Okay.
have a valid license. His license is valid. Send me the other one. The only one that did appear on the docket is the speeding ticket. Let me see what I can do about that. That's
Speeding
the only
isn't a
one you might
crime
have a
though.
dispute.
But speeding isn't a crime. It has to be an injured party, and it has to be presented. And the injured party has to be having
No,
all
you
four.
talking you talking about civil law. That's not civil law. This is like a civil infraction imposed by the state of Michigan. And the injured party is all the citizens, essentially. If you want to go that route, because we could potentially be injured by your conduct and your behavior on the roadway.
But that I hear what you're saying. You said the word potentially. Potentially. That's what you're saying. And then the state what somebody will have to present me a statement where the party is injured. They will have to present me
Okay.
a statement.
Well, we can always do a hearing on that ticket. But if you send me your car insurance right now to the
No,
email address I sent it to, then I can dismiss those two counts because you got a valid license. And if you got valid insurance, did I send it to the right person? Or I put it in the chat for everyone. I'm gonna send it directly to you, Mr. Williams, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because if you can send me this, okay.
Mr. Watts, I'm sorry to interrupt the meeting.
No, you good. He's in here and he's
Mr.
not
Watts, I need
connected
to.
to.
No,
Go
he's not.
ahead.
I'm gonna just call him on his phone.
Okay, that works.
I have another question.
Yes,
There'll be
sir.
no filed on my savings bonds, will they?
No, there won't. I'm just strictly dealing with these matters. You have a really nice, clean record. We can dismiss at least two of the tickets. I know you have some disputes about the last one, but just send me the other one because I can't. He has a valid license. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Appreciate you.
No problem.
Let me see.
We're gonna get through this.
I'm trying to write it down because I can't really see.
Mhm. Take your time. Just do it. I'm sitting right here waiting. Okay.
And that's .com or .org. I see it.
.org. I'm sorry. You see it? Attorney Werberling, we're off the record in this other matter. I'm gonna see if Mr. Wright will answer and come back to the courtroom. He did. Mr. Wright. Charles Wright. Mr. Charles Wright. Press *6 on your phone. Or unmute yourself.
I don't know if he's even muted, Judge.
He is already unmuted. Charles Wright, I'm gonna just remove him. Maybe he'll log back on or something. Because that was your last person, wasn't it, Attorney Warburton? I think.
I believe so, Your Honor.
I'll give him 5 more minutes to sign back on. If he doesn't, then you are free if you would like to. I know we had a long week with a lot of members of our wonderful community coming in. So.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be here.
Okay. All right. Wait, let's see if he logs back on. Maybe he was having trouble hearing us. Attorney Mason?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The only ticket, and I'm just waiting for his
SOS.
His SOS came back valid for his license, Mr. Williams. Cool. He has a valid license. He's in it over the insurance. It's the speeding ticket that he's disputing at this point in time. I could set it for it's 26 to 31. He was doing it was a stationary radar 51 and a 25 alleged.
Is this your?
This is Daniel Williams.
51 and a 35.
25, unfortunately. It looks like he was on a Hubble and Eaton. I'm sorry, I should enunciate my words, as my dad would say.
What's his record looking like, Judge?
This is it. His record is totally clean. And he does not have a CDL. This is he don't have nothing on it but his name at the top of the sheet of paper.
Okay, you know what? Okay, Mr. Williams, don't do it again, okay, please? Don't do it again. Please.
I won't. I won't.
I mean, we worry about little kids and little old people like me.
Yeah.
You know.
No, so, I'm part of it. Like I know y'all see the crystal. I'm real like, you know, so it was a rough day. That's
okay.
All.
Okay, I'll give Judge, I'll leave it to the court's discretion. There we go. Whatever the judge wants to do.
Mr. Williams, when I get this little insurance, if your insurance is good, I'm gonna dismiss all 3 counts today. Look at you when you participate actively in our system.
I sent it. I just sent it to you as well.
I know. I'm just waiting for it to come through. I was excited when I saw that you had a valid license. Tell your friends, please, to do what they do and get their license, because it's not that hard. And look at you. You're gonna keep a clean record today. You see that, Mr. Williams? By coming on here, I know you want to state your ground, and I understand. That's part of growing up, is learning to exercise your stuff, but it's also being respectful, and you were respectful. And look what happens when you're respectful.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that too.
Okay. All right. Sometimes it moves a little slowly, so don't feel bad.
You know, Judge, usually I dismiss the insurances myself. I always dismiss those insurances, so you know.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to say, right now he's floored me with this license after he came on here talking about the person of. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I've been doing my research since I was like 18.
Yeah, don't stop that research. You just do what you did. Act respectful. Come in here. Allow counsel to help you next time, because they're not trying to lead you down a path. And you keep that license up to date, valid. Keep your insurance up to date and valid in your vehicle, and slow down. You won't have no issues. Back on the record in the matter of People versus Daniel James D'Angelo Williams. This is ticket SP 1585809. I caught this matter already. We had to stop and get some information. Just state your name once again for the record, Mr. Williams. Please say your name.
Daniel Williams, the living man.
All right. It's my discovery that he has a valid license. We have had a nice little talk about him showing documents. He has insurance. And on the speeding, we're going to give you your break, right? But if you come back again, we'll be able to see it. So just make sure you keep everything valid, up to date, and slow down. I'm going to dismiss these tickets today. And I'll do them with prejudice in your honor, okay? All right. If there's nothing further, Mr. Williams, you're all set. Thank you. And keep that light going, okay? Don't let them kill your light.
You have a peaceful day.
You too. Thank you. All right. You can log off, sir.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of this proceeding for Mr. Daniel James Williams. And as we can see, same argument, jurisdiction, living man, all of those different terms. We hear Judge Taylor tell him, listen, I don't have time for this today. And there's a reason why she said that, because if you follow this channel and you follow her courtroom, she's constantly in the past had very long conversations with certain sovereign citizens. She tend to, be fond of some of them, and some of them she is not. We see that her and the prosecutor Mason seemed very fond of this young man. They were excited to hear that he had his driver's license and that he had all of these different documents. And I know some of you guys don't like when these sovereign citizens get off the way that he got off on today, because she pretty much let him go. She seemed happy about everything that happened. She was encouraged by it. But I know what some of you guys are going to say in the comments. You're going to be going sick in the comments. She's too soft. She shouldn't have let him go that easy. All of this stuff that they had to put up with him in the courtroom saying and doing, it wasn't right. We see the public defender, his facial expressions was priceless. But I'm going to have to agree with you guys on this even before you put it in the comments. And you know why? Because I did a little bit more research on Mr. Daniel Williams, and I realized that he ended up getting in the same type of trouble, not only 3 months later. He was supposed to appear before Judge Kenneth King. Some of you may know who Judge Kenneth King is. Had a huge controversy in his courtroom. When he had a class come to the courtroom, young lady fell asleep, and the rest was history. You can go and check that on your own. We won't dig into that. But anyway, Mr. Williams was supposed to appear before Judge King for his driver's license being expired, pretty much driving once again without the proper documents. And guess what? He did not show up, and he was supposed to be in court as recent as February 2025, still hasn't shown up. So I'm pretty sure if Judge Taylor knows that, or if she would find that out, she would be very disappointed, because all of that excitement that she had for this young man, he pretty much threw that out the window a few months later. But I'm going to continue to follow his cases. He has about 4 open ones, hasn't appeared in court yet. If he does, we'll get those cases and see what he has to say about his recent mishaps or his recent troubles with the law. But with that being said, guys, as always, thank you for joining me here at Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, put your comments down in the comment section, and know that I appreciate you guys. And once again, this is Sovereign Citizens Court. And for now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. God bless.
I'm going to just call his case numbers. Ticket. This is now the matter of the people versus Timothy Tally Williams. This is ticket SP 1283888. Count 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1409982. Counts 1 and 2. Ticket number SP 1409983. Count 1. Ticket SP 1411.
Oh, my bad.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. SP 1411848. Counts 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1418401. Counts 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1466801. Count 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1452301. Count 1, 2, and 3. Ticket SP 1467130. Count 1. Ticket number SX 2454328. Counts 1 and 2. And ticket number SP 1283889. Expired plates. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Judge, this is Attorney Herman Griffin. I did speak with the defendant. I did talk to him, went over his rights. However, he indicated to me that he wants to move forward without the assistance of counsel. So I just want to make sure that's in the record. And I'm going to go talk to Mr. Wallace.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Is that true, Mr. Williams? You want to move forward without counsel at this time?
Correct.
You know you have the absolute right to have counsel, especially with misdemeanors in these particular matters. But at this point in time, you want to move forward on your own, Mr. Williams?
I do.
Okay. Mr. Williams, how would you like to proceed? Do you want to have a bench trial, a jury trial, or do you want to try and resolve these matters?
I'm trying to resolve them today. And I have a couple of questions before you move forward.
Well, we'll see if I can answer them because I can't give you counsel because I'm not an attorney. I'm not practicing as an attorney. Okay, what's up, Mr. Williams?
All right, but so before you move any further, what jurisdiction is the court under? Is it civil or criminal?
This is traffic kind of acts like a hybrid. So we are it's criminal because it's misdemeanor. So with it carries the underline that you can have like jail time and fines. Usually with civil, it's just going to be fines and it's not going to be the opportunity to have jail time. And that's why you have the ability to be able to have counsel appointed to you because you get the rights kick in, right? You can have a jury trial. You can have a trial by a juror. So we're under the jurisdiction of, I would say, more criminal matters for these.
Okay, so in the Constitution grants two jurisdictions. That's one under the common law and the other under Constitution under the condition of contract, criminal aspects of a colorable amnesty jurisdiction. So which one?
This is under the misdemeanor state ordinances, as well as not state ordinances, the misdemeanor crimes under the state law, as well as under the city ordinance violations that these fall under. So each city is, in order to govern itself, you have the absolute power of the United States of America. After you have the absolute power of the United States of America, what they've done is they've divvied up the opportunity for states to control their own entities as long as they don't interfere with the federal stuff. So they can be more stringent than the federal laws, but they can't be any less stringent than the federal laws. And the same trickles down in the state. So then you have the state government and then you have city government laws, which allow the opportunity for them to create ordinances and rules to be followed by those individual states. So that's how we kind of operate. And so we are able to function and operate as a city if you avail yourself to the operations of a city or a state.
I didn't get that.
I know. So we're operating under the state law, city ordinances, and state ordinance by state misdemeanor violations.
So it's colorable amnesty jurisdiction through contracts.
So that's archaic law, and what I mean by that is that that's although we use those terms, those Latin derivatives during law school, the actual practice is known as state has the ability to govern its people, and the city has further governance over its people to be able to make sure that rule and order is continued and followed within the state guidelines. All right, Mr. Williams, what do you want to do, though? Because we're not going to have a question and answer service. I've been on the docket for a while. If you do want to, you can come back at 1:30, and I'll be more than happy to continue this educational opportunity.
But no, I want a motion to dismiss for failure to.
Okay. All right. So that's not going to be granted, and that's not the correct order to do it. So if you wanted to file something like this, you could be able to file it and make the legal arguments appropriate for these matters, but you would have to state some type of legal reasoning as to why. And jurisdiction is not a legal reason. Well, it's a legal reasoning, but you can write that and see how you can find the laws that are current to our state constitution, as well as the constitution of the city of Detroit, and the rules and opportunities to be able to follow that. So if you would like to file a motion, you can have a motion date and time to be able to file that. I'm not going to dismiss them today, though.
So why can't I get dismissed today?
Because these are ordinances that you are to follow within the city. There are rules that we follow as human beings in the United States of America, especially under the city of, you are a resident of the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit.
But under what contract? Under common law or?
It's not a contract. You know, these are not contracts. Okay. So these are just regular rules. So you listen, Mr. Williams, you can either handle these matters or they'll just go back into default and be in default, as well as they'll be under warrant status. Listen, I know you are trying to handle them, but you want them dismissed. They are rules that you have to follow as a citizen of the United States of America, more importantly, as the state of Michigan, and as someone who traveled, moved about in the city of Detroit. These are the rules that have been established for reasons. And sometimes their underlying reasons are reasons that we all can see and understand clearly. Sometimes the reasons are not reasons that we really understand, but these are the rules that have been set into place. We have jurisdiction because you are a body, a person, an entity, a being that is located within the confines of the state of Michigan as of right now, who has done stuff within the state of Michigan, in the city of Detroit. And that's why we have the opportunity to be able to do these things. All right. So
Well, first,
Attorney
I'm not
Griffin,
US.
all right. All right, I can't, Mr. Williams. I can't argue back and forth today with you. I've had an amazingly long docket this morning. So I told you, you can come back and we can have this discussion at 1:30, but I need to finish the rest of the people from this morning's docket before I continue to have these discussions. So I don't mind, we can do it at 1:30, but I got to finish my morning docket before we have all these philosophical discussions on why I have jurisdiction over you as a court.
Okay.
I told you, Mr. Williams, to come back at 1:30. My staff needs a break and I need a break as well.
Can I come in, or I gotta do the video?
You can do video. You want to have an in-court, listen, if you want to have an in-court discussion about all of this, I want written filed motions for all of this. I'm not going to have a philosophy discussion about why we have jurisdiction over you. So you need to file motions, the appropriate motions with the court that go with each one of the things that you're talking about that you want to happen. I'm going to repeat, I'm not going to dismiss them because you think I don't have jurisdiction. I'm not.
But
you have to show me why we don't have jurisdiction over you.
But Your Honor, you're supposed to be an unbiased arbiter. We're supposed to be in between.
That's right.
The prosecutor.
That's right.
The prosecutor need to explain how she got jurisdiction over me.
So you have to, and their explanation comes when you file a motion. So you need to file a motion so that they can know what legal principles and arguments you're standing on so that they can properly respond to it. If you just say that you don't have jurisdiction, I'm going to tell them that as an officer of the court, we take judicial notice that if you were in the city of Detroit operating or doing any of these things, that's why they drew the ticket on you. But if there's a jurisdictional issue, you have to state a legal reasoning why and give the prosecutor's office time to respond to your legal factual basis and reasoning as to why that happens. So I'm more than welcome. I'll set a hearing date to give you motion times to be able to do that, but you have to file a written motion as to why you believe legally they don't have jurisdiction over you.
But ain't that state duty? That's the reason why I'm here.
Duty of it. So I'm telling you, I take judicial notice that the ticket was written in the city of Detroit. So they have a legal reason and basis for giving you the ticket. You hear that? That's the first thing. So right. I'm already stating as an officer of the court that by receiving these tickets, they have a legal reason and jurisdiction over you. Right? But if you believe they don't.
If you run my name, you will see that I surrendered my state ID and I have a passport, right? I have no contracts with the Secretary of State whatsoever. So
you just have the United States of America, which is an even higher jurisdiction than us.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So the SOS, I don't have no contracts with them. And if you run it,
just because you don't avail yourself of the formal process doesn't mean that you cannot be held to the standards and rules of the Secretary of State's office. That's not how this works. So you don't sever ties. That's not how it works. If you avail yourself to the rules, if you allow yourself to get into a vehicle and drive on the streets in the state of Michigan, in the city of Detroit, you have now automatically availed yourself to the laws, to the civil infractions, to the misdemeanors which lie within this state and the city bounds.
That's not what the Constitution says. And you took an oath.
I did. Right? I took lots of oaths too, just so you know. Mm-hmm. I done took all kinds of oaths to be an attorney, to be a judge, to be when I graduated from college, I'm sure I took some oaths. I've taken oaths. And that's why I can say with a straight face and a clear conscience that I am following the rules of the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit when I say that they have the ability and the right to write tickets to people who travel, go upon the city streets of the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, and to issue tickets to individuals. We deputize those individuals on the street. Now, whether or not it's true that's another type of hearing. Whether or not these allegations are that have been alleged are true, that's not the hearing that I'm deciding today. Unless you want to take some type of offer. The only thing I'm deciding today is whether or not you want to move forward with some type of plea, or whether or not you want to move forward with a trial, or whether or not you want to move forward in that type of capacity and way. So, and you said that you don't believe that we have jurisdiction, or that these tickets are not. So I'm telling you, if you don't believe it's jurisdiction, you have to file a written legal document that says why you don't believe that they have jurisdiction. And so that they can respond to it legally, like on a legal basis.
I'll do that.
Okay, so how much time do you need, Mr. Williams, to have the hearing? Because what they do is you'll submit your written stuff. They'll get time to be able to respond. And then you'll have a copy of that so that you can make sure that you can understand what's going on. So how much time do you need?
Give me to January. Can you give me January?
So we'll come back on January 30th. That gives you 90 days. I need the motion filed before then, though. So I need the motion filed by January. On the record, recalling the matter of the people versus Timothy Williams and all his matters. Can I have your name for the record, sir?
Timothy Williams.
All right. And then, City, I'll make sure that also the attorney that's typically assigned knows this as well. I'll set it that it be, I'm trying to find a calendar for January, sorry. Okay. All right. So I'm going to have a hearing in this matter. Let's do it on a Thursday. So let's do it February 1st, because I'm going to need time. February 1st, 2024 is going to be the actual hearing date, though. But I'm going to have you submit your motion no later than January the 12th. And then there needs to be a response from the people by January 26th. And we'll have the motion hearing on February the 1st.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I was in another courtroom. This is the prosecutor, Dia Chiku Mason. So we're doing on Mr. Williams, Timothy Williams.
So he wants to file a motion. I told him if he wants to file a motion, it needs to be filed no later than January 12th. The people have the response needs to be by January 26th, and the hearing will be February 1st.
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, there's nothing further. That concludes this hearing for today.
Your Honor, am I able to come in, or is it going to be?
Are you what?
Am I able to come in on this?
You can physically come in if you want to. You want to have it in person?
Yep.
Okay, in person on February the 1st, 2024, okay?
Yep.
All right. All right, that concludes this hearing. Bond will continue at $0 personal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of Timothy Williams' original appearance. And let me tell you, if you have not followed this case, this was just the beginning. This wasn't even a tip of the iceberg. This thing got crazier and crazier as it went. It got longer and longer. I think one of the proceedings he was in with Judge Taylor went on for almost an hour. And then there were 3 other appearances after that with a crazy conclusion to this case. So I'm not even going to do any commentary really on here. Basically, if you know Timothy Williams, some of the stuff you heard him say here was his same sovereign citizen lingo. But as we know, those of us that know about this case, he really went in those next few appearances. So if you have not seen those, or if you want to watch them again, I will have, once again, links down in the description to those videos. But with that being said, guys, this is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. And for now, guys, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me as always. Peace.
Ms. Woodford. All right. Now calling the matter of the people versus Cinnamon Woodford. This is ticket number P1217275. Count 1, no plate on a trailer. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, drive while license suspended. Appearance for the record, starting with, I don't think counsel is represented in this matter. So Ms. Woodford, state your name for the record, please.
I'm here by special appearance, by coactus.
And what's your name?
Cinnamon,
Last name too?
Woodford.
All right, ma'am. Now, you know you have the right to have an attorney in this particular matter. This is a misdemeanor matter. And by right, under law, you have the right to have a representative in the form of an attorney for this particular matter. Would you like to have an attorney in this matter?
I do not consent to these proceedings. The offer is not accepted. I do not consent to being surety of this case and proceedings. I demand the bond be brought forth immediately so I can see who will indemnify me if I'm damaged.
Okay, so the question that I asked is that, did you want to have an attorney provided for you in this particular matter, Ms. Woodford?
I do not consent to these proceedings. The offer is not accepted. I do not consent to being surety of this case and proceedings. I demand the bond be immediately brought forth so I can see who will indemnify me if I'm damaged.
Okay, Ms. Woodford, you're quoting from civil, well, not even civil procedure. Right now, you're quoting from the UCC. This is a criminal/traffic matter. So those proceedings govern these type of cases and these type of matters.
What crime did I commit?
Ms. Woodford, if you do not wish to participate, then what ends up happening is that this matter will go into a show cause. After the show cause, then it will enter into what's called a bench warrant for your arrest until you handle this matter, at least the misdemeanors, and these are all misdemeanor offenses. So that's how this is handled on this particular end and this particular point. The offenses that have been alleged at this point in time is that there were no plates on your trailer, that there was no insurance on a Chevy vehicle, that's a 2007 Chevy vehicle, and that the driver's license was suspended that you had. And so those are the offenses that have been alleged at this point in time. Right now, they are just allegations. So you have the right to have an attorney, which I don't know if you would like to have that right or not. You have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to have a bench trial. A jury trial is a trial before 6 people of the community in the city of Detroit who come and they will hear the facts, and based on the evidence and based on the law will make a decision. A bench trial is the same thing, only a judge, being myself, would sit there and I would hear those same facts and evidence and apply the same law in the same way. You also have the right to plead to these matters. There can be an officer.
I'm not here to plead, ma'am.
Ms. Woodford, these are your choices. So it's up to you. It's a decision that you have to make. It's not going to go away. Okay. Just because you want it to go away, it's not going to go away. There is jurisdiction for it. So it's your decision on today. If you don't want to participate, then it's going to go into show cause because you can keep coming and it's just going to hang out there. But eventually we're going to have to adjudicate this matter at some point in time because it cannot remain on this docket indefinitely. So you have to make some decisions as to what you would like to do with these matters.
Well, I still do not consent to these proceedings.
Okay. So if you do not want to participate, I'm going to be forced to put it into what's called a warrant. You have to participate. So you have to come in and ready to go with something. I know you may not like it, but as a person who is a citizen of the United States of America, who is a person who lives in Michigan and is utilizing the services of our world and our community, these are the things that have been alleged. Now, if you're saying that the officer wasn't, correct in those or something, your license was valid or you had car insurance and you can present all of that, then we can try and figure out if we can get a new offer or something different. But other than that, you do have to stand for these particular allegations that have been made at this point in time.
Well, I never had a driver's license, so I still don't consent to any of these proceedings. So, I mean, I still don't consent to these proceedings. The offer is not accepted. So,
Ma'am, you can stop reading that. I know they've given you a line cue that you are able to read off of. But this is, as long as you utilize the services of everything in the city of Detroit and you fail to do those things, this is the ticket that proceeds. But I don't know that you failed. You said you don't have a license. But did you have car insurance at that time that you can present?
no.
Was it a trailer on the back of the vehicle?
Judge, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know I'm not on this case, but if I could file an amicus brief of sort. Judge, I'm a little uneasy with, this is Matthew Dupree, P80132. I'm a little uneasy with the questioning here, just because technically if this matter were set for trial, what she says here could be used against her. And so I'm not sure she should necessarily be answering those
You
questions.
want your representation, Mr. Dupree?
She did not, Judge.
Did you ask her if she wanted your representation?
I did, Your Honor.
Did the court ask her if she wanted her representation?
You did, Your Honor.
You can continue to talk, Mr. Dupree. I appreciate you stepping in on her behalf.
I appreciate that, Judge. Your Honor, I'm just I just thought I would make that representation. I don't think the city attorney would actually pull the transcripts, but it is worth noting that anything she said here, could come back. So it might, I'm not sure that necessarily that questioning would be appropriate. Sorry, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Dupree. I appreciate you coming in to step to the rescue of Miss Woodard so that she understands.
It's Woodford.
Woodford, sorry, ma'am, Miss Woodford. Miss Woodford? We have to make a decision, so how do you want to move forward with this?
Well, I'm not here to plead because I'm not here to
Would you like
plead.
a bench or a jury trial?
Are you making that determination for me, ma'am?
You have to have a bench or a jury trial. You told me you don't want to plead, that's fine. You probably should have a jury trial then. And I don't have any jury trials for this year.
Are you
So,
making that determination for me, ma'am?
if you don't make the determination, yes, the court is making the determination for you. Yes, because I have to move it. I have to move it. So it's either, Attorney Dupree, can I have a bench trial now? I don't want to violate anything.
No, Judge, she has to explicitly waive her right to a jury trial, and strictly speaking, she has to do it in writing. So I would say if she's saying she will not plead, that would be standing mute, and I think the court would have to set it for a jury trial.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So I'm gonna have to set this for a jury trial. I think she phoned me. Oh, this is- thank you.
And Judge, she logged off.
She was frozen, so it may just be her system. I'm gonna give her a second to sign back on. If she doesn't sign back on, I'll just put her on warrant status. But if she signs back on, I'm gonna try and give her at least a jury trial either.
Thank you, Judge.
Sorry about that. I had a very bad power surge.
I figured as much. So no, back on the record, I figured that it happened because you kind of froze up and my clerk informed me that you froze completely. So
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm setting this for a jury trial because the alternate is that I can put this in warrant status. And I don't want to do that unless I necessarily have to. So at that point in time, you can be able to have your day in court to say whatever you want to say at that point in time.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to, but I have to do a pre-trial because I don't have any dates right now. But I have your name down. But that will give you the opportunity. You will be able to talk to the jurors. You will have the opportunity to have testimony taken. I know you don't want counsel, but you can have the right to have counsel at that point in time. Would you like to have me assign counsel to you?
I need effective counsel at that.
Okay, I was gonna say, would you like to have counsel assigned to you?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll get some counsel assigned to you. So I'm gonna have you come back to make sure that that counsel is assigned to you. I am going to need some information from you, but not online. This is public to you. This is public to everybody, and I don't want them to have your business. Can you call the court this ends, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, you ready to take down the number for me?
Yes, 1 second, please. I have to grab a pen.
Okay,
Okay, 1 second.
no problem.
Okay, I'm ready, ma'am.
313
Mm-hmm.
965
965.
2293.
Uh-huh.
And we're
93.
just gonna need like your phone number and an email address, and then counsel will reach out to you and you'll be able to talk to them and then let me know. I'm gonna have you come back to court on 9/20/2022, just to make sure you have counsel in place. And then we'll try and see if I have any dates. I'm gonna ask them, can I have some dates for next year for jury trial, or this year if they have some. I would like to do them this year, but I'm gonna see what I can do, okay?
Okay.
8:30 a.m. I'm gonna set your bond at $0 personal. All that means is that you just come back on your own. No money is put down into place, okay? So
Okay.
I'm gonna call the courtroom so I can get that information, so I can send it over so that we can get you counsel assigned to you directly, okay? So that way you can handle this. You can have your day in court. You can say whatever you want to say within reason. You know, this is courthouse, so you haven't used any bad language or anything like that. And that's what I'm really referring to, okay? And you'll have your time and your day in court to dispute these matters, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. If there's nothing further, that concludes this hearing. You can go ahead and sign off, ma'am, okay?
Okay, have a good one.
You too, thank you. Don't forget to call.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now calling the matter of the people versus Cinnamon Woodford. This is ticket P1217275. Count 1, no plates on trailer. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, drove while license suspended. Ticket number SP11022227. Count 1, no receipt of registration. Count 2, no proof of insurance. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Bachman for the defendant. Ma'am, state your full name.
Cinnamon Woodford.
Good morning, Ms. Woodford. Your Honor, the defendant is continuing a not guilty. We're asking for a waiver trial date by way of Zoom, please.
All right, if that's correct, ma'am, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Ma'am, did you have an opportunity to talk to Attorney Bachman in private about your case and about your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
My understanding, you would like to have a bench trial. That's a trial before myself as the trier and finder of facts. Is that how you want to move forward, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to set it for the date of December the 5th. December the 5th, that's going to be at 9 a.m. It is going to be via Zoom. So the same way you zoomed in today, zoom in on December the 5th, 9 a.m. Okay, bond to be set at $0 personal. All right. There's nothing further. You're all set. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Cinnamon Warford.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Now calling the matter of the people versus Cinnamon Cheyenne Warford. This is ticket number P1217275. Count 1, no plates on trailer. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, drove while license suspended. Also calling ticket number SP11022272. This is no proof of insurance. Count 1 of that same ticket is no receipt of registration. This is the date and time set for a bench trial in this matter. Appearances for the record, starting with Attorney Bachman, please.
Good morning, Harry Bachman for the defendant. Your name, please, ma'am.
Cinnamon Woodford.
Thank you, Ms. Woodford. These matters are set for trial. I do not believe there's been an officer who has checked in with the people being unprepared now at 11 a.m. approximately. At the case is set for 9. We'd ask you to consider a motion to dismiss here without prejudice. Thank you.
No officer having checked in on any of these matters, the court is going to grant your request. I'm going to dismiss these matters without prejudice. You're all set, Ms. Roper, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of these proceedings, and truly there's not a whole lot of commentary here except on her first appearance. As we can see, she definitely was fed a script by somebody because, you know, she just was repeating that thing like a robot. Every little chance she got to cut in and repeat the script, she definitely did it. But I want to say shout out to the attorney. I know some of you guys don't like when the attorneys butt in, especially when the sovereign citizen or the individual say, you know, listen, I don't want an attorney. I don't need any attorney's help. But listen, this is what the public defender is there for. And a lot of times public defenders get bad raps, right? Sometimes people feel like they're in cahoots with the judge. You know, it's all a conspiracy. But shout out to the attorney. He stepped in. Definitely the judge was asking her questions that she probably shouldn't have been asking her. I definitely agree with that as soon as he started saying it. But nonetheless, he stepped in, helped her out a little bit. The judge gave her, you know, set her up for a pre-trial and then a trial, which we saw, but she set her up so she didn't have to give her a warrant. And as we can see with the second and third case, especially in that last proceeding, you know, the officer didn't show up, which we see that a lot. So because the prosecutor, you know, wasn't prepared when it came to their case, obviously the case was dismissed. And a lot of times we have that conversation about, you know, these officers not showing up. And you know, so many of you in the comments talk about how, you know, these officers need to be held accountable. Some of you feel like it's not that big of a deal, but whichever way you land or wherever you land at on that discussion, it is what it is. Officer didn't show up. Case was dismissed. Hopefully this young lady will learn her lesson. Maybe not, because I mean, she was riding around with no license, you know, a trailer hitched to the back of the car, no license plate on the trailer, all types of stuff. But with that being said, guys, as always, thank you for joining me here at Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It is truly appreciated. And with that being said, guys, for now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. I'll catch you guys soon. Appreciate you, and God bless.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What's your name, sir?
If I can help you.
I'm Williams L.
Yes, Your Honor, but the defendant is identified in the docket as Michael Williams. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that's the name they're calling me, but I'm Williams L.
I understand.
Michael Williams. Okay.
No,
Mr.
I'm not
Williams,
Michael Williams, Your Honor.
Okay.
I am Williams
Okay.
L.
Okay. So here's the thing, Williams L. I have to call you what's on the documents that I have present for me in court today. We can either handle it that way, or you don't have to handle it, and then it just will be like you didn't show up to court today.
No,
So
Your Honor, I'm just letting you know who I am.
Okay.
I am Williams
That's fine.
L. I am not Michael Williams. They kept calling me Michael Williams. I told them who I was. I am a sovereign, Moorish American. I'm not United States citizen, Negro, Black, or color, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me tell you, Mr. Williams, this is the last time I'm gonna say it. This is all I have for you. If you don't want to handle it under that name today, then I have to act as if you aren't present. And so that's fine, but I
You
have
say
to
what?
call
Hold
you
on.
to that document, okay?
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that,
I
Your
said,
Honor?
if we can't handle those matters and those tickets that's on that case under that name, then that's fine. But it's gonna be as if you didn't appear for court today because I have.
Ma'am, I'm here today, ma'am.
Right. So I'm just saying when
Williams
I call those
L is here
documents,
today. I'm just letting you know
Hold
who
on,
I
Mr.
am, ma'am.
Williams.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I am Williams L.
So that's fine. When I call it on the record, I'm gonna have to call it on the record as the name on the ticket, just so you know, okay?
Okay, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm Williams L. Okay, I'm cool with that. And I'm letting you know who I am. I'm a Moorish American.
Okay. Did you want to offer? Okay. Did you want to offer for it or no? Are you going to try and have? I need to kind of know where you're going. Are you going to want a trial? are you gonna try and like wanna?
No, I do not agree. I do not agree to none of this. I'm sovereign.
Okay, so if you're not gonna participate, we're just gonna act like you're not here today, and I'm going to go ahead and.
I am here today, ma'am. You seeing me right here? That's on record.
Listen, just because you show up doesn't mean that you're here. You have to participate, okay?
Ma'am, I'm a sovereign. I'm letting you know who I am. I'm participating. I do not agree.
Mr. Williams, that's fine, but if you don't participate, saying you're a sovereign doesn't help me.
I'm just letting you know who I am. That's violating the constitutional right, ma'am.
So do you want an offer or not? That's my question.
Do I want a what?
An offer to the tickets or not?
Do I want to? I can't understand. You said, do I want to offer?
Do you want an offer? Do you want to try and resolve this today as far as?
Yes, I do want to resolve it. I asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction, Your Honor.
Oh, no, that's not going to happen. So you can, I'm not going to.
I'm speaking for myself. I have no attorney, so I'm speaking for myself. I asked for this case to be dismissed. Violated my constitutional right.
How do you have constitutional rights if you're not a citizen?
I'm not a United States citizen.
So how are you entitled to constitutional rights of citizens?
You got to uphold to the sovereign, sir. You can't. I'm not United States citizen. I'm not Negro, black, or color. You're not under my. I'm not under your jurisdiction.
I understand, but my question to you is, if you want to rely on your constitutional rights, how do you have constitutional rights if you're denying your citizenship?
Because I'm an American. I'm a national.
I get
I'm
it,
a Moorish American. I'm not United States citizen corporate. I'm a Moorish American. I'm an American national.
Okay, but you're still present in this jurisdiction, right?
I just asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction. That's it. I don't want no attorney. I can speak for myself. I'm not a minority. What am I doing here?
He can represent himself. Don't worry about it.
I can speak for myself.
All right.
I'm speaking for myself. Y'all violate my rights. That's a sovereign.
I'm calling the matters of the people versus Michael Williams. This is ticket number SP 1212334. Count 1, use loudspeaker without permission or unreasonable noise. Count 2, drove while license suspended. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Sir, please state your name for the record.
I am Williams L.
All right. Sir,
I don't have a name. I have a title.
This is the date and time set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Do you want to participate in these proceedings?
Yes, I'm here on special appearance. I'm just letting you know who I am.
All right. So how would you like to move forward with this matter, sir?
I asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction, Your Honor.
All right. That motion has been denied. How would you like to move forward on these matters?
I just told you what I would like it, so I don't know. I'm just here on special
appearance. It's been denied, so you can either participate today.
I am participating. I'm here.
No.
I'm speaking for myself. I have no attorney, so I'm just letting you know. It's denied, so we can keep going on with proceedings. I am Williams L. I'm not a United States citizen. I'm not Negro, black, or color. I'm not Christian.
All right, Mr. Williams L. It appears to the court as I'm making a record that he does not want to participate in these proceedings.
I told you I wanted to participate. I'm just letting you know who I am. I told you for the record.
All right, he would like to not participate in these proceedings. He has told me that he is the person known as Williams L. and not the person on these tickets. So he is not appearing on behalf of this person. This person has not made themselves available to the court today as an arraignment on the bench warrant. So these matters will stay in warrant status. Thank you so much. That concludes this hearing. Have a good day, Mr. L. Williams.
Williams L.
Williams L. I'm going to call the case as is.
Okay.
And then I'll refer to you as Williams L. if you would like, okay? Now calling the matters of the people versus Michael Williams, also known as Williams L. This is ticket number SP 1212334. Count 1, use loudspeaker without permission or unreasonable noise. Count 2, drove while license suspended. And count 3 is no insurance misdemeanor. Sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
Williams L.
Okay. And is there another name that you have?
That's not my name. That's just my title.
Okay. What's your title that you have, sir?
Williams L.
And then is that your name or your title?
My title.
Okay. You don't have a name at all?
No, I'm not Christian.
All right. It's my understanding that you don't want to have an attorney, sir. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know you have the right to have an attorney. These matters are misdemeanor matters, and you have the right to have an attorney on these matters, sir. And it's my understanding, no attorney, okay? So let me advise you of your rights. In these particular matters, the court can, since they are misdemeanors, do either, I think, 90 days on one of these and up to 93 days in jail, or a maximum fine of $500. These are all misdemeanors, so that's the maximum penalty that can be given in any of these matters. You have a right to have a trial, a bench, or a jury trial in any of these matters. A bench trial is a trial before myself as the trier and finder of facts. A jury trial is a trial with 6 members of the city of Detroit who will come in here and hear the same information and make a decision based on that. These are your rights that you have right now. You also have a right to have a pretrial. What that does is that gives you time to think about any offer that may be given to you. At this point in time, there has been an offer extended to you that if you are willing to plead to the no insurance misdemeanor, it will be reduced to an improper place. I set the fine that goes with that. You have a right to, you can also move for a motion. If you know how to file those, you can file a motion as well. So what's your pleasure at this time, sir?
I know I'm under common law. I'm not under statutes or codes or regulations.
So when you drive on any city street in the city of Detroit, any road in the state of Michigan, you now avail yourselves, whether you wanted to or not, to the laws and states and regulations that are governing us. So you may not have wanted to, but you did. So these are your options at this point in time. If you choose not to, if you were traveling, if you were driving, it's all the same.
I wasn't driving. I was never.
So if you were just in the vehicle as a passenger?
I was parked. And it was harassing.
You sure you don't want an attorney?
I'm under common law. I can speak for myself. I'm not a minority. I'm a sovereign.
So what option would you like today? Of those that I gave you, sir. You can have.
Ma'am, I'm a sovereign. I can't, because I do not consent. I can't. I can't
so here's
consent.
what's gonna happen. So I want to make sure you have all the options. You can't consent to anything. So that means that you don't want to participate in the process. So it's just gonna go back into warrant status. Because you have to pick one of the options, yes.
Ma'am, I'm a sovereign.
And you were in the city of Detroit on a street in a vehicle. And I understand what you just said. That's why I said, right. Did you want counsel?
I'm not a United States citizen. Nobody have improved jurisdiction. I'm under common law. Statutes don't apply to me. I'm under common law. Supreme Court case, Supreme Court case, Self versus Ray. Statutes don't apply to me. I'm on common law. And if there was a crime committed, can you please show me the injured party? Or I ask for this case to be dismissed off like a jurisdiction.
I deny the motion for the case to be dismissed. So you have these options, or else it's just going to remain.
And I'm under duress because you forcing me saying you're going to put a warrant out for my arrest.
It's already out there.
But that's violating my 13th Amendment. You can't enslave me unless a crime has been committed.
So you can't
violate my
let me finish talking. You can't claim you're sovereign and then claim rights under the Constitution. That's not how it works. No, that is not how it works.
I'm not a United States citizen. I have a nationality.
Okay, so that means that
you have to go by
either the laws all apply or none of them apply.
The laws do apply. Do you have a liability? Do you have a bond? Did you swear oath to the Constitution? I would like to see that.
Yes, I was going to say I did do that, but I don't have to show you any of that because I wasn't the arresting party. I'm just here to make sure.
Do you have a liability? Do you have a bond?
Listen, I'm not going to argue with you, Mr.
I'm not arguing. I'm under law.
Mr. Williams L. Those are your options. If you don't want any of those options, it's going to remain in warrant status.
You're forcing me. You can't do that.
Okay.
You can't do that, man.
Okay.
You can't go against Constitution.
Okay, Mr.
You took an oath.
L.
You swore an oath to follow the Constitution.
I did.
That's why I need your liability bond. Do you have a liability bond?
No.
You don't have a liability bond?
No.
Wow, man. Somebody's going to get in trouble. I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble.
Yep. Okay. Mr. Williams L., I was going to say, if you don't want any of those options, then your only other option is that I have to leave it in warrant status.
I do not consent. I'm here. What warrant? That I didn't show up?
That you didn't want to choose one of these things.
I don't have to. You can't force me to do that, right?
You're right.
You can't force me. You can't put a warrant out. I would like to talk to somebody, a chief judge. You're violating my constitutional rights. You can go to the 5th floor and make a complaint. Yes, because you're violating my constitutional rights.
All right.
And I'm going to ask the sheriff for your liability bond.
Okay.
Hey, I don't want to do that. I just
Okay, you
asked
can
the case
ask
to be
him, go
dismissed.
ahead and ask the sheriff for my liability bond, it's fine.
Took an oath to swear to the Constitution, took an oath. I'm under common law. I'm not under statutes or regulations.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Did you get all that, Miss Sandy? Okay, fantastic. All right, that concludes this hearing. Thank you
I'm
so
not
much.
Negro, black, or color for the record.
Okay, he said he's not black or color for the record either, okay?
No, I'm Moorish American, I'm a Moorish. Sorry.
Moorish American and he's a sovereign.
I have a nationality.
I'm not threatening you. Say one more word and that's 30 days. 30 days.